In a world full of noise and constant distractions, one of the greatest strengths you can build is the ability to turn inward and embrace silence. As the Buddha once taught, silence is not empty. It is space, and space is the home of an awakened mind. True strength does not come from seeking approval from the outside world, but from learning inner calm and self-awareness. Imagine a life where your mind feels clear, your energy feels protected, and your heart feels peaceful. In this video, you will explore 7 powerful lessons to help you stay centered, focused, and quietly strong, unlocking the wisdom that already lives within you. Let us begin this journey towards self-mastery and serenity. 1. Redefine what silence means. Many people see silence as something uncomfortable, a gap that must be filled with noise, music, or constant activity. But Buddhism teaches us that silence is not a void. Instead, silence is a powerful tool for self-discovery and inner change. When you change how you see silence, it becomes a safe space where clarity and wisdom can slowly arise. Silence helps you step away from the noise of the outside world and reconnect with your true self. In quiet moments, you begin to understand your emotions, thoughts, and desires more deeply. Rather than avoiding silence, learn to welcome it as a source of strength. Through silence, you develop patience, awareness, and the ability to observe life without reacting too quickly. To bring this kind of silence into your life, start small. Set aside a few moments each day to simply be still. This could be during a short meditation, a peaceful walk, or a few slow, deep breaths. With time, silence will no longer feel uncomfortable. It will become something you value, something that brings calm and balance into your life. Transform loneliness into solitude. Loneliness and solitude are often confused, but they are fundamentally different experiences. Loneliness is a state of feeling disconnected and longing for companionship, whereas solitude is the conscious decision to be alone and enjoy one's own company. Buddhism teaches that solitude is essential for self-discovery and spiritual growth. In solitude, you have the opportunity to reflect on your life without outside influences. It is a time to reconnect with your inner self, understand your strengths and weaknesses, and nurture personal growth. Embracing solitude allows you to cultivate self-love and acceptance, making you less dependent on external validation for happiness. Rather than fearing moments of being alone, learn to appreciate them by engaging in activities that enrich your soul. Read a book that inspires you, meditate to deepen your self-awareness, or spend time in nature to feel connected to something greater than yourself. When you transform loneliness into solitude, you realize that you are enough, and true contentment comes from within. 3. Use silence as a tactical weapon. Silence is often seen as passive, but in reality, it can be one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. In Buddhism, silence is used as a means to cultivate wisdom, patience, and emotional intelligence. Knowing when to speak and when to remain silent gives you control over your energy and influence. Using silence strategically allows you to avoid unnecessary conflicts and drama. When faced with criticism or negativity, responding with silence can be more powerful than words. It shows restraint, self-confidence, and a deep understanding that not every situation requires your reaction. Silence can also be a tool to listen more deeply and understand others better. By speaking less and observing more, you gain valuable insights into people's true intentions and emotions. This can help you navigate relationships with greater wisdom and clarity. Practice using silence as a strategic tool by pausing before responding in difficult situations. Allow yourself time to reflect before you react, and you'll find that silence often holds more power than any spoken words. 4. Eliminate the addiction to validation. Many of us fall into the trap of seeking approval and validation from others to feel worthy. Whether it's through social media, relationships, or work, we constantly look outside ourselves for confirmation that we are doing well. However, Buddhism teaches that true self-worth comes from within, not from the opinions of others. When you constantly seek validation, you give away your power and let others define your sense of self. This can lead to feelings of inadequacy and insecurity, as external validation is fleeting and unreliable. Instead, focusing on yourself means recognizing your value without needing anyone else to confirm it. To break free from the need for validation, start by setting personal goals based on what truly matters to you, not what others expect. Celebrate your achievements privately and remind yourself that your worth is inherent, not something that needs to be earned through others' approval. You'll find that by focusing on your own growth and happiness, external validation becomes irrelevant. Your confidence will come from a place of self-assurance rather than the opinions of others. 5. Master the art of strategic withdrawal. Sometimes, the most effective way to move forward in life is by taking a deliberate step back. In Buddhism, strategic withdrawal is not considered a sign of weakness or failure. Rather, it is viewed as an act of wisdom and self-awareness. It means having the insight and courage to recognize when a situation, relationship, or habit is no longer contributing positively to your life and having the strength to let it go. Withdrawal doesn't mean giving up. It means prioritizing your well-being and focusing on what truly matters. Strategic withdrawal creates the necessary space for personal reflection, self-discovery, and healing. In a world that constantly demands our attention and energy, taking a step back allows us to regain clarity and realign with our values and goals. Whether it's distancing yourself from unhealthy relationships, stepping away from stressful environments, or pausing commitments that no longer fulfill you, withdrawal offers the opportunity to recharge your mind, body, and soul. It provides the chance to evaluate your life without external pressures and make conscious decisions that align with your true purpose. There are times when social interactions, workplace demands, or personal obligations can become overwhelming and exhausting. Constantly engaging with negativity, criticism, or pressure can drain your energy and cloud your judgment. By withdrawing from such situations, you give yourself the opportunity to rest, reflect, and return with a renewed sense of purpose and resilience. This break is not about isolation or avoidance. Rather, it's about creating healthy boundaries that preserve your mental and emotional well-being. Walking away from negativity without feeling guilty is one of the most important skills you can cultivate. Many people struggle with the fear of being judged or misunderstood when they choose to distance themselves from toxic environments. However, Buddhism teaches that self-care should always come first. Prioritizing your peace and happiness is not selfish. It's necessary for your growth. Choosing to withdraw strategically empowers you to protect your energy and focus it on activities, relationships, and goals that bring positivity and fulfillment into your life. Withdrawal also teaches patience and acceptance. Sometimes progress isn't about constantly pushing forward. It's about knowing when to pause, reflect, and allow life to unfold naturally. Stepping back provides an opportunity to view situations from a different perspective, identify unhealthy patterns, and develop a deeper understanding of yourself. It allows you to approach challenges with a clear mind and a fresh perspective, rather than reacting impulsively. Practical ways to practice strategic withdrawal include taking short breaks from social media, limiting time with people who drain your energy, and engaging in activities that promote inner peace, such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. Learning to say no to things that don't align with your values and goals can be empowering and help you regain control over your life. By mastering the art of strategic withdrawal, you gain the ability to detach from unnecessary distractions and focus on what truly serves your growth. You create space for positive changes, strengthen your emotional resilience, and learn to navigate life with greater wisdom and clarity. Remember, stepping back doesn't mean you're falling behind. It means you're choosing to move forward in a more intentional and mindful way. 6. Let results be your loudest voice. In today's world, where people often feel the need to constantly talk about their plans, achievements, and ambitions, Buddhism offers a different perspective, letting your actions speak louder than words. True success and personal growth are not defined by how much we talk about our goals, but by the quiet, consistent effort we put in behind the scenes. Focusing on your journey in silence, without the need for external validation, allows you to channel your energy into meaningful progress rather than seeking attention or approval. When we announce our goals prematurely or frequently talk about our plans, we may create unnecessary pressure and expectations. Constantly seeking recognition for every step taken can dilute the power of our work, leading to a false sense of achievement without actual results. Buddhism teaches the importance of humility and patience, understanding that the journey itself holds more value than the desire for acknowledgement. Letting results be your loudest voice means dedicating yourself to consistent effort and allowing your progress to naturally speak for itself. When you silently work towards your goals with discipline and persistence, your accomplishments become evident over time. Others will recognize your growth not because you spoke about it, but because they can see the undeniable results. This approach cultivates inner confidence and resilience. Instead of relying on praise or validation from others, you develop a deep sense of satisfaction and self-trust. You learn to measure success based on your own personal growth and fulfillment, rather than on external opinions or social expectations. In Buddhism, the focus is on right effort, doing your best without attachment to outcomes or recognition. Consider the example of nature. Trees grow silently, rivers flow without seeking applause, and the sun rises each day without announcing its arrival. Similarly, true progress happens quietly, with consistency and patience. By focusing on the process rather than the praise, you build a foundation of genuine success that stands the test of time. There is also great power in staying silent about your efforts. When you keep your ambitions private, you protect them from unnecessary criticism, distractions, and negative influences. Silence provides a safe space where you can nurture your goals without interference, allowing them to mature at their own pace. Talking too much about your plans can sometimes drain the motivation needed to execute them, as the excitement of sharing can create a false sense of accomplishment. In relationships and professional life, people respect those who demonstrate their abilities through action rather than words. Whether it's in personal development, career growth, or lifestyle changes, showing tangible improvements will always be more impactful than simply talking about them. Those around you will take notice of your efforts when they see the transformation, and that is far more rewarding than temporary recognition. To put this lesson into practice, start by setting goals privately and working on them without announcing your every step. Focus on small, consistent actions that bring meaningful progress. Celebrate your victories internally and remind yourself that personal growth is a lifelong journey that doesn't require an audience. In moments of self-doubt, remind yourself that success is built quietly and steadily. The real measure of your progress is not how much you speak about it, but how deeply you live the change in your daily life. When you let your results speak the loudest, you move away from seeking approval and toward building true excellence. You learn the value of patience, commitment, and self-trust, understanding that the most meaningful success grows quietly, without needing praise. In the end, the greatest achievements are not the ones loudly announced, but the ones that gently change you from within. Stay focused, stay committed, and believe that your results will always speak on their own. 7. Find freedom in not reacting. One of the deepest teachings of Buddhism is the practice of non-reactivity, learning to stay calm and balanced during life's challenges. In a world filled with constant opinions, conflicts, and distractions, the ability to pause and choose how you respond is a powerful skill that brings true inner peace and freedom. Instead of reacting without thinking, Buddhism encourages mindfulness and emotional discipline, helping you stay in control of your thoughts and actions. Reactivity is often fueled by emotions like anger, frustration, insecurity, or fear. When you react without awareness, you give your power to outside situations and let them control your state of mind. This not only drains your energy, but also creates unnecessary stress and regret. On the other hand, learning to watch situations without reacting right away creates space for clarity, wisdom, and careful choices. Finding freedom in not reacting does not mean pushing emotions down or ignoring important matters. It means responding with awareness and purpose instead of being ruled by emotions. When you train yourself to pause before reacting, you gain the ability to look at situations calmly and decide if they truly need your attention or if they are simply distractions stealing your peace. In Buddhist philosophy, right mindfulness teaches us to stay fully present and aware of our thoughts without judging them. When something triggers an emotional response, mindfulness helps you notice the feeling without acting on it immediately. This practice helps you let go of habitual reactions like anger, anxiety, or defensiveness and replace them with patience and calmness. Non-reactivity also protects your energy. Every unnecessary reaction drains your mental and emotional strength, often leaving you tired and overwhelmed. By learning to step back from situations that do not support your growth, you save your energy for what truly matters. This is especially helpful when dealing with negativity, gossip, or toxic people who seek to provoke reactions. Choosing not to react can also deeply improve your relationships. Often, conflicts grow bigger because of quick reactions that could have been avoided with a moment of thought. By practicing non-reactivity, you create a calm and steady environment that supports better communication and deeper understanding. Silence and careful observation often show more than words, helping you move through social situations with grace and wisdom. The path to mastering non-reactivity begins with small steps in everyday life. For example, when you face a frustrating moment, like someone cutting you off in traffic or receiving criticism at work, pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself if reacting will really help. Most of the time, you'll see that staying calm and balanced is the wiser choice. Over time, these small acts of self-control build inner strength and resilience. Buddhism teaches that true freedom comes from mastering yourself. When you no longer feel the need to react to everything, you become in control of your own thoughts and emotions. You begin to understand that outside events can only disturb your inner peace if you let them. This emotional steadiness brings a deep sense of freedom and satisfaction. Letting go of constant reactions also strengthens your patience and humility. Instead of rushing to judge or respond, you develop a deeper sense of understanding and empathy. You learn to accept people and situations as they are, without trying to control or fix everything around you. In the end, finding freedom in not reacting helps you live with greater mindfulness, balance, and peace. You become more mindful of where your energy goes, choosing to spend it on what truly matters. Through patience and self-control, you can face life's challenges with calmness and confidence that outside events cannot disturb. Focusing on yourself and practicing silence becomes a path of self-discovery, strength, and inner peace. By following these Buddhist teachings, you can build a life filled with clarity, balance, and fulfillment. Silence is not a weakness. It is a powerful tool that helps you discover inner strength. Thank you for watching. If these lessons helped you, please like, share, and subscribe for more videos on mindfulness and self-improvement. Remember, real strength comes from within. Stay silent, stay focused, and honor your journey.